Is doing drills with these ladders all it's hyped up to be with youth athletes, and does it actually improve their sprint speed and agility? In this video, I'm going to show you the science behind whether ladder drills are effective with young athletes, and then also show you a way more effective way to improve their speed, their agility, and their overall strength to improve their athleticism. Look, you've probably seen ladder drills everywhere. 5 best ladder drills to improve a young athlete's sprint speed, all these different things. And from social media to pro sports, you're seeing it almost everywhere. But actually, some of the pro athletes are just using them as some warm-up drills, just to get warmed up. They're not actually using them to improve their speed and agility. You might think that they improve footwork or speed and agility, but it's the way that they're used that creates specific adaptations. And it's understandable that you've used ladder drills, but just because something looks effective doesn't mean it essentially transfers to performance. So what does the research say about using ladder drills? Back in 2020, a group of researchers conducted a systematic review. Essentially, they collate all the research out there on ladder drills and interventions that have looked at ladder drills, specifically how effective they are at improving performance. Now, it's important to recognize research forms such an integral part of coaching. Top-level coaches use researchers to improve the top-level 1% in pro athletes. And then all the way down to grassroots, we use research to understand best practice and how to help youth athletes become the best versions of themselves. Now, those researchers found by collating all the research on ladder interventions that ladders weren't very effective at improving performance. Essentially, ladders improve the ability to be good at ladders. So if an athlete was doing lots of ladder drills, they became better at ladder drills. But it doesn't really have any effect on sprint speed, change of direction, or jumping ability. And another group of researchers also in 2020 did a 6-week training intervention using ladder drills with youth footballers. After 6 weeks of training, they compared those that had done the ladders to those who hadn't, and they found that those that had done the ladder drills saw no significant improvements in sprint speed or change of direction or even dribbling ability compared to those who did nothing. And the researchers highlighted that the main issue with ladders is that they're pre-programmed, predictable, and don't replicate the demands of the sport. But I'm not here just to talk about the negatives. There have been actually some research studies that have shown some improvements in jump performance and change of direction performance from ladder drills. But it's really, really important to look at how they're actually used. Now, there's a few ways that ladder drills are used, and I want to talk about how some of those drills lead to positive changes in performance and how other drills might be better used in warm-up scenarios. Now, before I show you training that's far more effective at improving agility, strength, and speed in youth athletes than ladder drills, I actually want to show you some of the positive ways ladder drills can be used. Because it'd be wrong of me just to demonize this bit of equipment. So the reason some research has seen positive benefits from ladder drills is specifically when they're used for plyometric drills. We know extensively in the research that plyometrics is one of the most effective training modalities for young athletes, whether it be those who haven't gone through the growth spurt yet, or even post-growth spurt athletes, when it's combined with things like strength training. Now, plyometric drills, the ladder could be used for simple plyometric drills to coordinate plyometrics. Simple hopping drills going in and out, or side to side, just like so, can be super effective for getting low amplitude plyometrics. That's a low intensity plyometric that's amazing for improving tendon stiffness. And if we improve tendon stiffness, it's super effective for improving agility, sprint speed, as a young athlete's tendon becomes more effective at recoil and more effective at essentially recycling energy. That way they'll see positive improvements across the board. Now, when it comes to ladder drills, it might be less effective for improving agility. It's more around those that have been really speed-based in the past. So fast feet in and out of a ladder, or fast feet going through the ladder, as those sort of drills that are more effective maybe for the warm-up, because they get the central nervous system firing a little bit, so you could use this in a warm-up. And it's also effective for really young athletes like 5, 6, 7 years old who are actually trying to improve their foot coordination, but there's not much return on it later on. So, just to recap how you can positively use ladders before I show you really effective training methods, things like plyometrics, where we're either doing speed drills or going in and out of the ladder. It could be forward and back with lots of variety and variation. So we're really targeting the Achilles tendon, the knee, the patella tendon, improving tendon stiffness and overall condition for a young athlete. And that's going to see amazing improvements in things like agility, jump performance, sprint speed. And the main reason these quick feet drills aren't showing much transfer to performance and only the ability to be better at ladder drills is because it doesn't improve the physical underpinning that helps a young athlete improve their sports performance. So like with the plyometrics that improve the Achilles tendon, the patella tendon, force producing capabilities, the fast feet don't allow for that to happen because it's low force, it's high velocity, but they're such short strides, they're not going to allow to transfer to sports. Now, if it's agility that you're looking to improve, or your young athlete specifically, and you're looking to use ladder drills, I want to help build your understanding of the two main key drivers of agility performance in a youth athlete. You have the physical underpinning, so the ability to change direction quickly, which is underpinned by the ability to produce force rapidly, and then also like the springy reactive component, so having tendon stiffness to spring as well, essentially. So it's that physical ability to change direction quickly, to absorb force, to stop on a dime, and then re-accelerate rapidly. And then the other side of it is the cognitive element, the brain element, the decision-making element, the ability to scan and make a decision rapidly in response to that to be really agile. Now, there's another research study that did a massive systematic review. So it's essentially reviewing all the research out there on how trainable agility performance is in youth athletes. And here's the two key findings I want you to know. By collating all the key research out there, we know that a younger an athlete is, the more that improving their strength and physical abilities has an influence on agility. So essentially improving their strength that underpins that ability to change direction quickly is the most effective means for improving agility performance in a youth athlete. Much more so than those quick feet drills from ladders. And that's completely evidence-based. Now, as a young athlete gets a bit older, so more towards the teenage years, there's a combination and it shifts towards more about the cognitive element as well. So it's important that we improve a young athlete's decision-making skills as well to improve their agility. And things like small-sided games are so effective for improving a young athlete's decision-making skills in situational specific environments. So the key take is with young athletes, improve their strength and ability to change direction quickly to be really effective at improving their agility. So here's the kicker. Given everything I've just explained, imagine you only had 30 minutes a week to spend training your young athlete. So you can choose either 30 minutes of speed ladder drills that have questionable transfer to sports performance that only really improve their ability to be good at ladder drills, or 10 minutes of plyometrics and 20 minutes of strength training that's going to improve all aspects of performance. The plyometrics and strength training combined are going to improve a young athlete's tendon qualities, improve tendon stiffness, that improves that spring in their step. They can jump higher, run faster, better movement economy. Then the strength is going to not only significantly reduce their likelihood of getting injuries in sport, like overuse injuries, but being stronger, we see across all the research, strength transcends all other fitness components. So a young athlete that is stronger is going to significantly improve all their physical qualities, like power and strength and sport-specific performance as well. So look, ladder drills aren't harmful. They're just a bit ineffective at improving true sports performance. They still serve their purpose. They can be used for plyometrics or helping young athletes to coordinate their lower body. But to really improve agility, you need to improve force production capabilities and reactive strength. And if we improve those things, it's going to see improvements across the board for things like sprint speed and running economy for your young athlete.